Hello my friend, in this part of making a home power supply, we are going to making this. We have we had designed our power supply before and it's a time to acting. For making a power supply, first of all, I am needing a transformer. That my transformer have three output, a rectifier, some regulators, 2-pin terminal, cause I like to each my voltage have separate output and separate terminal, some electrolyte capacitors, ceramic capacitors, LED and resistors, cause I like to know which one of my output regulator have output and the LED can show me that it's on or off. Some bullet, MDF bullet, a sheet of the MDF or wood, not so important, soldering wire, drill, an auger, and cause my rectifier pins didn't go in this wearboard hole, I need to making my hole. For this purpose, I am using this auger is the number 1. Okay. I am locating my regulators by this shape and I planning to locating transformer here, my rectifier located here, maybe here, the capacitors locating here, and each regulator I like to have a separate terminal, so I place a terminal here for each one of them. This point is better. For another one too. And act. So when I going to soldering my regulators, and if I putting down this variable cause it's never be soldering, all of them go falling down. So I am putting my hand back of my board and bending the pins like this in separate array in opposite way. And it's helped me for soldering. This is not so important that you bending them in opposite way, but it's better to bending them in opposite way. It's some sharp and sometimes have a pain too to them coming out. I am putting back and continue the bending. You can see if I making back my board, this regulator never come falling down. So I am bending another pins and going for soldering and coming back. Okay, I am bending all of the pins of my regulators, and if I change the direction and put it down, you can see that my regulator never fall down. So to making a positive and negative voltage for with these regulators, we need to positive voltage 0 and negative voltage, that the rectifier rectified my output voltage output of my transformer, and connecting my rectifier to 3-channel. So I am making a 3-channel with the wire and make a little soldering here to fix my wire here. When I'm watching my board, I can see that my positive regulator is here, my negative regulator is there. So, and when I put it back my board, this wire is a negative wire and this wire is a positive wire that's carrying the output voltage of rectifier, and the middle of these 2 channels is a 0. So this wire cannot handling 3 amperes, so I need to make it some thicker by soldering more. I am clean my soldering device and start. It's need to be some scrutinized persons and didn't let the soldering become out of control. So it must be shining like here. Oh, I have something bad soldering here, so I charging my device and put it down back. Come on, come to daddy. Continue. I am let to my soldering become some cool, and now continue soldering. I can making it in a time to this soldering becomes some cool, and I can start in another one here from here. And let them be cool, some cool. It's better if I make it some thicker. cleaning my tools and continue from another one because it's become cool here. You can see that my board, it's maybe have some fat or not cleaned. I am using this spray for electronic contact cleaner spray to clean my board and make my soldering easier. So I must taking a time to this spray become vapor, and my soldering, I am continuing the soldering. Okay, I am continuing soldering and making my two channels for negative voltage and positive voltage, and you can see that my soldering way is really shining, and it's tell me that my soldering is really good and it's really acceptable. Although it's not necessary for zero channel or GND channel to be like other channels, because it's carrying a less current, but I decide to show you how you can soldering in your home and make a good soldering. Like here, if I wanted to soldering here, making the enough soldering wire, putting out enough soldering wire, connecting my soldering wire and my heater to the wire. This wire that I using here, making like a bones, and it's help the soldering to have a good shape. So I am start making melting enough soldering wire here, and put your heater up, and you can see that my way become appear. Another one, like here, this ones, and putting down my heater, just putting down. It's not necessary to be really good. It's working. So why I am become so scrutinized, and I hear that English slang that if you wanted to do not doing a job, try to make it better and better. You can make it shape by this way, but it's not necessary. Why? So it's good. I'm going to soldering my output regulator, but before I need to placing my rectifier. So I'm coming back and making my hole, maybe here by drill, and coming back and soldering with you